Again, I want to welcome everybody here. I know that many of you are aware that the construction of this middle school here in Vineland has somewhat of a long and some would say tortured history to it. But today, as construction work proceeds behind me, we can celebrate together the start of a new school that is going to provide students in Vineland with an educational environment where they can really achieve their dreams and the dreams of their parents. This new 99,000 square foot Lincoln Avenue Middle School is designed to accommodate 620 students in grades 6 through 8 and is going to serve this community for many years to come. Once complete, this new one-story school will include 19 general classrooms, 5 science labs, 3 small instruction rooms, a technology lab, instrumental and vocal classrooms, an art room, a media center, which when I went to school was a library, but we don't have books anymore, we have computers. A multi-purpose room with a stage, a cafeteria, a gymnasium, and as you can see on this very expansive site, athletic fields. I am confident that when the students and staff walk through the doors of this new school in September 2018, they will be excited by the state-of-the-art facility that they will be entering. This $49 million facility will be the third new school that is built by the SDA in Vineland to date. The SDA has invested, that's taxpayer dollars, more than $150 million in completed Vineland school projects. Constructions of schools like this one really highlights the Christie administration's commitment to a program that delivers exemplary educational facilities with a focus on sound design, sound construction principles, and ensuring an efficient use of taxpayer dollars. That is, we want to deliver these schools on time and on budget, on time for when we start them. I know the school has had some delays. But as you can see, the people behind me are working diligently to get this started and get it done. This school is one of 11 SDA projects currently in active construction across the state, all aimed at addressing the needs that exist, including overcrowding concerns like the one that exists here in Vineland. It should come as no surprise that projects like this would not be possible without productive partnerships. The SDA has really been fortunate to have a great partnership with the district as we have advanced this and other projects. I especially want to thank Superintendent Cruccio. Where's the woman in the pink hat? She does a great job with Wayne Weaver. They really make sure that they work well with us to move projects forward, and I think they do a great job, certainly on facilities and I'm sure for the students. I also want to thank members of the Vineland Board of Education for their efforts. They really push hard. Not only the ones that are here today, but ones that have been here throughout the history of this project. There are many Board of Education people here today that don't sit on the board today, but they did sit on this board and they worked their hearts out to make sure that something like this happens. So I want to thank the existing board members, but also I want to thank the past board members for all of their great work. I also want to thank Senator Van Drew, who's next to me, along with Assemblyman Land, Assemblyman Andrzejak, Mayor Bermudez, who unfortunately could not make it today, as well as the Freeholder Board, and especially Freeholder Director Joseph Dorello, and County Superintendent Peggy Nicolosi, who's here today. These are elected officials of yours who work really diligently to make sure that these schools get built and to make sure that the students of Vineland get what they deserve. I know in particular that Senator Van Drew, when he has a problem, he knows my phone number, he calls me up, and he makes sure that people get what they want. And like I said, we have a great working relationship with the Board of Education here, and Superintendent Cruccio has been nothing less than great with us. I also want to thank the people that are going to be here in the heat and the cold and the rain and the snow to make sure that this building gets built. And first and foremost, they are the construction workers. They are the people who come out every day and get this job done. So I thank them. Ernest Bach and Sons, the design builder of this, they are the contractor. Joseph Gingoli and Sons, the construction manager, and SSP Architectural Group are the architects, the people who have designed this building over here that Caitlin's holding up the sign for so it doesn't blow away. I also want to thank the staff at SDA, my programs operations staff, led by Manny Da Silva, Tom Prazel, and construction sites, as you can tell, are dangerous places. We make sure that we have a safety person on board, and Mark Conti is here to make sure that this construction site is kept safe. As we move forward, I look forward to coming back and celebrating future project milestones with the Vineland community as this construction progresses. So I want to thank everybody. I now would like to introduce to you the woman who really works her heart out to make sure that projects like this get done and that your students get educated in the best way possible. So, Superintendent Mary Gruccio.
Thank you, Charles. It has been an absolute pleasure working with Charles and everybody from the SDA. This has been such a wonderful learning experience for me, and it's been a wonderful relationship to work with all of them. I'd like to thank all of you who took the time to come out here this morning, or were blessed with a beautiful day. And I want to thank the SDA for putting this event together and organizing it. To me, this is a very exciting day for Vineland, and we've waited a long time for it. Over the years, we've received a lot of caring support from many individuals. We've gotten guidance from our freeholders, from our legislators, from our board members, and from many people in our community have made this happen. The realization of this school is a culmination of that hard work and consideration and dedication of many people. So I thank them all very much. We will be forever grateful for the opportunity to build upon facilities that will provide our Vineland children with the education they need to become very productive citizens and leaders of tomorrow. It's a blessing to have this school come to fruition, not only for our students, but for our community as well. I can't thank the SDA enough and everybody that has been involved in this project. It has been an utmost pleasure for me. I'm grateful for the pink hat that I was given. I will cherish it always. But they've just been wonderful. I've learned so much, and everything that we've asked for, they found a way to work with us and make sure it happened so that our kids would have what we felt was best so that they could learn in the most productive environment possible. So I thank everybody for coming out again. I look so forward to the day that we could be here and actually cut the ribbon in front of this new building and go into a building that our kids are going to have for many years to come. May God bless all of you and all of those who have worked on this project and will continue to work on this project. Have a beautiful day, and again, thank you to all.
In order that education of students gets done in the fine fashion that it does here in Vineland, there are a lot of people who really work behind the scenes, and those are the people who are on the Board of Education. They work tirelessly to make sure that the students are put first, that schools like this are fought for, and that education really moves forward. And representing all of the board people today is Board President Scott English, and the football team.
Thank you, Charles. In the past 6 years, I've learned to become a pretty good public speaker in the uncomfortable environments. To come out here on a work site, put my work boots on, my jeans, walk through a mud puddle instead of around it, it's really a good thing for me. First, I'd like to say good morning and welcome everyone to the Lincoln Avenue Middle School groundbreaking ceremony. I would like to thank all who rearranged their schedule to attend today's ceremony after the rainy, crappy day we had on Tuesday. It's truly a blessing to see a beautiful day today, and I thank God for that. A project of this magnitude doesn't happen overnight and requires a true team effort from all. The SDA and the DOE have always been our best friend with various projects over the years. This site is just another example of that, and I thank them for always being there for the city of Vineland. As Vineland Board of Education President the past 2 years, I had the privilege to sign many of the final blueprints and documents for this beautiful state-of-the-art middle school facility. Honestly though, this project and vision started many years ago, before this current board existed. As I did the homework on the history of the project, with a little help from Mr. Weaver, we came up with a time frame range between the year 2003 and of course the present time today. I'm sure Mr. Giordano was looking down on us from above with a big smile on his face. Dr. Gruccio has continued to push for this school, as did superintendents before her, and I thank her and them for that. Thank you. Construction guy, weak fingers. Many VBOE members have come and gone since 2003. Some of them are here with us today. Without their continued support, we would not be here today. I would like to acknowledge and thank each one of them. David Acosta, Inez Acosta, Myra Arroyo, Richard Baruffi, Frank Bongiovanni, Jeff Bordley, Kim Cottaspati, Jessica Deckard, Brian DeWinney, Frank DeGiorgio, Robert Evans, Anthony Finucci, Ron Franceschini, Jackie Gavigan, the late Frank Giordano, Nick Jerome, Chris Jennings, Eugene Medio, Carlos Mercado, Suzanne Morello, Alan Munier, Joe Pagano, Pat Phillips, Diamatis Rios, Brian Romano, John Sabrana, Richard Smith, Chris Schneider, Paul Spinelli, Tom Ulrich, and Jennifer Webb McCrae. I held off on one special Vineland Board of Education member and one very dedicated district employee. That would be former Vineland Board of Education member and Vice President Alan Bernardini and our Executive Director of Facilities, Mr. Wayne Weaver. These two gentlemen were the original pioneers from day one with this project. The vision, the location, selling it to all the stakeholders, and never giving up on the never give up attitude is why we are here today. I thank them for planting the initial seed and everyone who continued to water it until it grew into this. Our students will be the ones who benefit from this for many years to come. I apologize if I'm deviating from the script. And with your permission, Mr. McKenna, I would like to call up Mr. Weaver and Mr. Bernardini to the podium to say a few words which they have definitely earned. So please approach the podium. Thank you.
Real quick, in 1998, I was my first year as a board member, and I met a superintendent by the name of Dr. Jerry Cohn. A lot of you here would remember him. He asked me to be on his long-range facility plan, and I said, what for? He said, well, I want to make sure that you can bring back to the board all the information. Well, that following week we had a meeting, and he submitted this long-range facility plan, of which elementary school Petway was built, middle school Wallace was built, and here is the last of those three schools. I told him that night I thought he was a little crazy, but he said if you think out of the box, you'll never lose. And I thank him for his foresight in doing that. Thank you very much.
Well, what a wonderful day today. Fantastic. Never thought we would see it. I was told by a lot of people that we wouldn't, and we did persevere. And as Dr. Gruccio said, Scott English, we had quite a team that we assembled, but as Charles McKenna said, the joint effort that we've had with SDA, the DOE, and Vineland Public Schools is really what got us to this point to be able to build this facility. We worked hard. We had many people. Alan Bernardini and I looked at sites. This was a site that we picked out that was purchased off of Sharon Diuta Baxter back in 2003. And it's a great site, as you can see. This is the final clearing that you see. So the SDA was really diligent to leave a lot of the original growth that was on the site and have a really nice, natural looking site. And you see that today. It's fantastic. There's a lot of trees left on the site. It looks very natural, and I think it's going to be great for many, many years to come for the students and the staff and the community of Vineland. Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne. He's a great partner. A lot of people look to Trenton and say that things can't get done there, that it's all full of gridlock. And to those people, I ask you to look around you. This is not gridlock. This is things getting done. And the reason that they get done is your elected officials are working hard for you, the assemblymen and women and senators. And I would ask now to call up one of them, and Assemblyman Andrzejczak.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you. It is a pleasure to be here for this groundbreaking. Being a parent, and I know many of you here are parents, the best thing that we can do for our kids is to be able to provide a better future for them. to be able to provide them more than what we had growing up. And creating this school that is a state-of-the-art facility is doing just that. This is going to be an opportunity for our students in the community to be able to advance more and have more than we had, and that means that we're doing the right thing. So again, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you for having us, and God bless.
Thank you very much. I'd also now like to bring up Assemblyman Bruce Lamb.
Good morning, everybody. I'm also privileged and honored to be here today, not only as your state representative, but as a resident of the city of Vineland, who had two sons and went through the Vineland school system. It's a great day for the city. It's a great day for all those involved. I want to commend and congratulate everybody that's involved with this project. Continued success for the school system, continued success for the city of Vineland. God bless you, God bless America.
Thank you very much. We don't often get senators who come to these events, but I think that this speaks volumes that Senator Van Drew is here today because he does care greatly about all of his constituents and especially about students and their education. So I would ask Senator Van Drew.
Good morning, everybody. There's an old saying, in fact, I like to use it a lot, the difference between success and failure is persistence. And this has been a long time coming, and a lot of ups and a lot of downs and a lot of persistence. And there's a lot of friends here, and I'm certainly, one of the rules I've learned is not to mention everybody, but I know I've gone through thick and thin with Mary Gruccio through not only this issue, but many other issues, Charlie McKenna, Scott, and just a whole bunch of folks on the school board and everybody else. You should be so very, very proud, because the truth is, without that persistence, without the constant push and the vision and the focus that's required in order to make this happen, it wouldn't have happened. It really wouldn't have. You know, sometimes we have this constant debate, and we all know it's real, and for the folks that are not from South Jersey, please forgive me. For the folks that are from South Jersey, we know that we have to sometimes fight a little harder, stand a little stronger, push a little bit more. And this is an example of that. And I guess it also proves that if you do accomplish all those goals and you do push a little harder and stand a little stronger, that you can accomplish goals and get things done. And this is an example of that. To understand what it means to, I sort of, just very briefly, love the continuity of it. When you think of somebody who was a visionary and thought about it, and then to actually see it go through all the trials and tribulations that we know happened in the process, and then to finally come to fruition, to be here at the groundbreaking, to see the actual process happening, to know that children in Vineland are going to have the best, that children in Vineland are going to have opportunity. You cannot give our young people success, but you can give them opportunity. And all of you, by what you've done, by your persistence, by your hard work, by your love, and it really is love, and your caring, you've given them that opportunity. And there are going to be future doctors and attorneys and scientists and construction workers and people in every field of work that are going to be coming through this school, that will be educated in this school, who indirectly will owe you thanks and never know it. But we know it in our hearts, and we say thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank this guy, by the way. I forgot. I have a lot of stuff with him.
Well, good and
How
bad.
many years? Yeah, good and bad. You're right.
So now we'd actually like to do the ceremonial breaking of the ground. So if all of you folks could just move to the other side of that mound where the shovels are, I'd ask you to grab a shovel and we'll take direction from Edie at this point.